I like your eyes, I like your nose, I like your mouth, your ears, your hands, your toes. I like your face, it's really you. I like the things you say and do. There's not a single soul who sees the skies the way you see them through your eyes. And aren't you glad? You should be glad. There's no one exactly like you. There's not a single soul who sees the skies the way you see them through your eyes. And aren't you glad? You should be glad. There's no one exactly like you.
Thank you, Forrest. That was lovely. So welcome to this gathering hosted by the Unitarian Universalist Church of Bowling Green. Whether you're here in person or joining us online, either today or at a later date, we're glad that you're joining us. My name is Janine, and I'm going to be the service associate today. It's a beautiful spring morning. The air is fresh. The flowers are blooming. I would like to say a special thank you to Tim for bringing us a bouquet of wildflowers here, which I think he gathered this morning. Very pretty, thank you. If you have one of these handy gadgets, please set it to silent so that we can be present with each other. This service is being live streamed and it is available on YouTube. If this room isn't comfortable for you for any reason, you can go into the small lounge right in the door where you came in, and there's a television there that you can turn on and navigate to YouTube and watch the service there. We are a welcoming congregation, so please know that whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever you believe, and whoever you love, you are welcome here. We have a wide array of beliefs. Today is one of our special festivals, UU festivals. We'll be celebrating spring. You may have noticed we've decorated with a little bit more color. And after the service today, we will be having a maypole. And I'm not going to call it a dance. It's more of a walking around in a sort of rhythmic, confused pattern. But everybody is welcome to stay for that, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that during the service. Today, our speaker is going to be our own Gail Renfro, who will be talking to us about Earth and many facets thereof, and she'll be also helping us with the maypole. One of the other traditions of Unitarian Universalists is the flaming chalice. It's a symbol of the light of learning and the love of our community. As our chalice's congregation is lit, feel free to light your own chalice at home if you have one. Tim will be lighting our chalice this morning, and Gail will be giving a reading as he does so.
We light this chalice for the web of life which sustains us, for the sacred circle of life in which we have our being, for the earth, the sky above and below, and for our Mother Earth, and for the mystery.
We invite everyone to join in singing hymn 362, Rise Up, O Flame. The words are on the screen. They're also in the gray hymnal. Rise up, O Gail, I think, is doing our next reading too, so come on down.
Children of the earth and sky, we are nurtured, sustained, given warmth and light from above and below. Supported by earth's strong, firm crust, we build our homes, till the fields, plant our gardens and orchards. When we turn from self and seek to be aware, we will find holy light in human faces, in blossom, birdsong, and sky. The earth is truly our home, and we are one with all earth's creatures, parents of earth's children yet to be. Alice Berry.
I'd like to invite everyone to rise in body and spirit. As we sing together, we are going to be singing the opening hymn, For the Earth Forever Turning, hymn number 163 in the gray hymnal. And Forrest will be leading us. Thank you, Forrest. Thank you, Forrest. And thank you, everyone, for singing along. To help, each week we take a moment to read together some part of our Unitarian Universalist heritage. We invite you, as you are comfortable, to share in this affirmation by reading aloud one of our UU values. We're going to be reading the value interdependence. We honor the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. With humility, you got a different one. Never mind, I'll stop talking. Let's read that one. Okay, with reverence for the great breed of life and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it. We covenant to protect Earth and all beings from exploitation. We will create and nurture sustainable relationships of care and respect, mutuality and justice. We will work to repair harm and damaged relationships. Okay, thank you. Apparently that's a very important value, and we have multiple versions of it, so we'll take a look at what we did there. So at this time, we're going to have a few moments where we talk a little bit more about the maypole, and it is time to bring it on in. We've done this over the past, 8 years or so, and there it is. And so if you brought a ribbon with you today and you would like to add it to our maypole, we invite you to come forward at this time, and Gail will be attaching it to the pole. Did anyone have a ribbon? We do have a ribbon. Yay, thank you, Nancy. Okay. And as you can see, we have a lot tied on already, so if you would like to be part of our maypole traveling, after the service, there's plenty of ribbons there to grab hold of. And we do have some extra ribbons for the kids to take with them, which they can take to their RE classes and play with ribbons, because ribbons are a lot of fun to play with. The maypole is a really ancient tradition. It comes to us, this version, from Europe. It's common in England, and I think Germany, they often have it. And so basically, it's spring. Did anybody watch the TV show Camelot, the movie Camelot? It's May, the lovely month of May. Because you're singing and dancing because it's spring finally and winter is over. And so that is what we will be doing a little bit later. Okay, do we have it up? All right, we're going to now place the maypole upon the stand. Gail's tall, so she got this part of the job. Yay, okay. And so again, the children will be coming back to play with us after the service, if they would like. And would you, anybody like to take, could you grab the ribbons for them? And then they can take those with today and take them home. All right, at this time, we'd like to sing the children on to their own religious exploration with their teachers. If you would please sing their children's recessional, which is hymn 1057, Go Lifted Up. And children and teachers. Go lifted up above us your way. Like starlight, guide your journey. We're now going to take a few moments for meditation, reflection, and prayer. The singing bowl will lead us into the silence, and after the silence, Forrest will begin the song Spirit of Life. You're encouraged to join in. It is hymn 123 in the great hymnal, and again, the words will be up on the screen.
Hello, everyone. You'll notice that there was no introduction. I will basically come into this saying I am not a scientist, so don't quote me on any of this. And unfortunately, yes, there will be some science today because it is Earth Day. We are here to celebrate the Earth, to contemplate the Earth, and think about the Earth today. But don't worry, there will not be a test. So take a moment, if you will. What do you think of when you hear the word Earth? Do you think of the planet? Of nature? Of dirt, soil, gardening? In the pagan tradition, the element of earth represents all of these things and anything that is part of the material world, including our homes, our resources, and our bodies. Today is the Sunday between Earth Day and May Day, when our church honors the earth and celebrates spring. So let's hone in on all that earth means to us. First, let's talk about planet Earth. The Earth is approximately 4.5 billion years old. It should exist for another 7.5 billion years before our sun becomes a red giant and engulfs it. Now, it's hard for us humans to imagine billions of years, so I'm going to convert these 12 billion years of its natural expected lifespan to a human equivalent. And so we could surmise that the Earth has reached the human equivalent of 32 years old. The first 500 million years of Earth were its toddler years and was called the Hadean period because it's named after the Greek underworld. The Earth was a hellish place during those toddler years. In the most widely accepted theory, the planet was hit by another planet known as Theia. This cataclysm changed the planet's makeup and size, tilted it on its axis, and caused hundreds of millions of years of bombardment from the debris created. Eventually, the debris consolidated into our moon. The heavy bombardment from the debris released oxygen from the Earth's mantle, which combined with the heavy amounts of hydride in the atmosphere created water and the Earth's first liquid oceans, which leads us into the Archean period, which lasted until about 2.5 billion years ago, or from 3.5 to 14 years of human age. The atmosphere had 100,000 times less oxygen, consisting mainly of carbon dioxide, making it appear orange, or eventually greenish orange, as oxygen increased over this period. It is from this time that we have the first signs of life, mostly through stromatolites made up of cyanobacteria. These organisms began using photosynthesis and caused a gradual increase in atmospheric oxygen, marking the beginning of the Proterozoic period. This period lasted until about 541 million years ago, covering a human equivalent of 14 to 28 years of age. As I mentioned, cyanobacteria created oxygen, and this led to the mass extinction of all creatures that could not live on oxygen, called the Great Oxidation Event. During this time, the first multicellular organisms also evolved, including the first animals of the world. And in fact, some of these plant-like creatures are actually animals on this picture. We also had our first continents and supercontinents form, reform, and fall apart. These first three periods are all known as the Precambrian Megaeon, which leads up to about 541 million years ago with the Cambrian explosion, which leads us to our current period of the Phanerozoic period. Aren't you all so glad that there is not a test on this? So the Phanerozoic period had a lot happening. There's a lot more landmass movement and massive explosion of life. This time includes the evolution of the lungfish to tetrapods to amphibians to reptiles. Roughly 200 million years ago, the Siberian traps erupted, the equivalent of the Mediterranean Sea being filled with lava. This huge amount of carbon dioxide released led to the Great Dying, which is the largest mass extinction of all time, which eradicated 90% of all species. The life that did survive evolved quickly, leading to the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs remained for hundreds of millions of years, and in fact, we live closer in age to Tyrannosaurus rex than Tyrannosaurus rex lived to Stegosaurus. That is how long they were on the Earth. As many of us know, an asteroid struck Earth and caused not only mass destruction in the vicinity, but also an immediate global warming event from the CO2 released, and then an immediate global winter from the debris that clouded the atmosphere from the sun. This quick turnaround from massive heating to massive cooling would have made life difficult for all cold-blooded creatures, as well as organisms that depended on photosynthesis. And about 80% of all species went extinct, including all dinosaurs. However, many of the species that survived were mammals. From these, mammals evolved primates, and then hominids, and then finally Homo sapiens. Also during this period, Antarctica drifted to the South Pole and created our modern ice age. The Earth started cycling between glacial and interglacial periods, and we should be moving into a glacial period with global cooling. However, about 150 years ago, human activity reversed that trend, and now global warming is melting glaciers at an accelerated pace. Speaking of humans, as I mentioned, the pagan tradition associates the earth element with the body. Your body has 11 systems, 45 glands, 79 organs, 206 bones, 650 muscles, 60,000 miles of blood vessels, 7 trillion nerves, 30 trillion cells, and 39 microbial cells. That means that more of your body is non-human than it is human. Many of these microbes are crucial to our lives. Gut bacteria breaks down our food, produces essential vitamins that we cannot make on our own, and defeats other pathogens and boosts the immune system. For example, bifidobacteria is a probiotic in our gut that helps us digest lactose and fight pathogenic bacteria in the colon. As we age, bifidobacteria evolves into different species to meet our changing body's needs. Interesting, huh? It lives for just 5 to 7 days on its own throughout our long lives, and it evolves into different species over our lifetime to meet our changing biological landscape, and yet it is so integral to our survival. We are much like planet Earth in this way, housing millions of tiny organisms that we know little about. This just shows how interconnected we are with the Earth around us, the web of life around us. Which leads me to the natural web of life. Here we have a trophic cascade. This describes the interactions between organisms that have wide-reaching effects on ecosystems. A few weeks ago, Aaron English described a trip where he was going to dive to see kelp forests, but instead he found a sea urchin desert because the area was devoid of sea otters, the natural predator of sea urchins that keeps them in check from consuming all of the kelp in the area. There are a number of other creatures who have had the same impact on their natural habitats. After they were driven to extinction in Yellowstone, wolves were reintroduced in the mid-90s to ensure that herbivore populations that would feed on the bark of young trees were kept in check, allowing the trees to grow. This led to more beavers building more dams. And why do we care about beavers building dams? Because they are also important. Beaver dams create wetlands that support a variety of species, from fish to birds to amphibians. And wetlands act as water filtration systems and carbon sinks that lead to healthier water for us and the ecosystem they exist in. So now you've heard me mention a few times ways in which humans have negatively impacted the interconnected web of nature. We've polluted the environment to the point that we have reversed the natural global cooling of the planet. We've endangered wolves, driven them out, and hunted otters out of their habitats. On top of this, we've led to the loss of 3% of the Earth's forests and the extinction of about 900 species in the last 500 years. Like that cyanobacteria that led to the great oxidation event that I mentioned, we are consuming and entrenching on the established balance in a way that could lead to an extinction-level event. But that's not the end of the story. As Aaron told us, sea otters returned to that area and hunted the sea urchins enough to bring the kelp forest back. And wolves were reintroduced into the ecosystem in Yellowstone successfully. There have also been other laws enacted to protect our air, our atmosphere, and other species that we are so dependent on that have stopped the damage we have done and in some cases reversed them. So what does this mean for Earth? For us? The Earth has known cataclysm. She is cracked open with fire, drowned in ice, choked on ash and dust. The planet has been struck from the sky, tilted, split, and swallowed her own continents. And still she lives. This is not a fragile planet. This is a planet of fierce, patient resilience. And we are made of her. Our bodies are her dust, our blood her salt water, our breath shared with her trees. And though we speak of saving the earth, let us remember the earth does not need saving. She will endure. What we are saving is the delicate web of life that makes our lives possible. Our ecosystems, our communities, our shared future. We are not tasked with carrying the whole planet. We are invited to live in rhythm with her, to learn from her resilience, to trust that healing is possible. Like our ancestors before us, the ape, the mammal, and the bacteria, we are consumers. And sometimes we consume too much. But we are the product of our ancestors, not the image. And we have learned how to adapt and how to evolve. Like the earth, we have known fire and flood. Like the earth, we have been broken open. But like her, we are not defeated. We are becoming. We are evolving. There was never a species before us so capable of finding a way to ensure that we can undo any wrong that we do. There was never a species before us so capable of evolving to meet the next hurdle that the universe throws at us. And that is enough. I believe that's enough. As we tie our ribbons to the maypole today and weave in and out around it, let us not forget the symbolism of the interconnectedness it represents. Let us go forth grounded in this knowing that to be human is to belong to the earth, not to rule her, not to save her, but to walk with her, with reverence, with courage, and with hope.
Thank you, Gail. That started into science and moved into an inspirational call, so thank you for that. If you'd like to talk more about this particular topic, Gail, will you be around after the service for a little bit so you can search her out, talk to anybody who shows an interest? and maybe gather in the library for that? Okay. So if you'd like to talk more, only for a little bit, you'll get the library back when you need it for your meeting. So yeah, just for the first time. So as you may have noticed today, we had a variety of activities for our Sunday service at our church, this congregation, and congregations, Unitarian congregations around the world. It's a little different each week. We have different speakers, different topics, and different ways of worshiping together. If you'd like to learn more about Unitarian Universalism or about this particular congregation, you can speak with a member of our membership team. They have little open books on their name tags, and if you would like to raise your hand right now, if you're, we've got a couple of them right there. All right, great. We also have every second Sunday, there's a Q&A after the service, and they gather in the library. So the next one of that will be May 11th, I believe. Okay. At this time, we are going to have our offertory. This congregation and the work we do is supported by the voluntary generosity of all who contribute. The offering is a sacrament of the free church. You may place your donation in the basket as it comes around. You can use the QR codes and donate online, and checks can be mailed directly to our office. As the offering baskets go around, Forrest will be, what's the song today, Forrest? It's not easy being green. All right, thank you, Forrest.
It's not that easy being green, having to spend each day the color of the leaves, when I think it could be nicer being red or yellow or gold, or something much more colorful like that. It's not that easy being green. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over 'cause you're not standing out like flashy sparkles on the water or stars in the sky. But green is the color of the spring, and green can be cool and friendly like, and green can be big like an ocean, or important like a mountain, or tall like a tree. When green is all there is to be, it can make you wonder why. But why wonder, why wonder? I am green and it'll do fine. It's beautiful, and I think that it's what I'm supposed to be.
Thank you once again, Forrest, for sharing your musical gifts with us. And we thank you for the gifts that you've given to us here. May we use them wisely in the service of this congregation and our community. Our congregation is an active one. We do more than just get together on Sunday mornings from 11 to 12. And we have a few activities to share with you. As we've mentioned earlier, today after the service, the maypole will be happening directly outside of this building at 12:30, so you'll have time for snacks and conversations, and we'll gather then. At 12:45 today, the research group on memory, aging, and dementia will be meeting in the library. If you're interested in that topic, please attend. Deanie is going to be there, right? Okay, so another reminder, if you have information you'd like to share with this congregation through any of our variety of outreach, please send it to editor@uucbg.org, And that goes directly to our office manager and to the communications team, and that way we make sure it goes out on all the different platforms. The newsletter for May is coming out soon, so if you want something in the newsletter, send it today. Thank you. This coming Thursday on May 1st, Lisa Del Porto, who is a member of our congregation, will be speaking about her time teaching in Africa. Everyone is welcome. You can speak to her. And as part of honoring the earth, we've talked about that today, and a nice opportunity to do that is on May 10th, the local chapter of Wild Ones will be selling native plants at the farmers market here in Bowling Green, and it's a chance to include these in your landscaping and help our ecosystem. Our congregation is an affiliate member of that chapter. As always, you can find more news through our weekly email updates, our monthly newsletter, looking at our bulletin board, checking our Facebook page and our website. So please do find out what's going on. And just ask somebody too. So sometimes things are happening just on the spur of the moment. It is now time for our final hymn. And please rise in body or spirit as we sing together All Creatures of the Earth and Sky, hymn number 203 in the gray hymnal. We're going to be doing 4 verses.
Out of the stars in their flight, out of the dust of eternity, here have we come. Stardust and sunlight, mingling through time and through space. Out of the stars we have come, up from time. Out of the stars we have come. Time out of time before time in the vastness of space. Earth spun to orbit the sun. Earth with the thunder of mountains newborn, the boiling of seas. Earth warmed by sun, lit by sunlight. This is our home. Out of the stars have we come. Mystery, hidden in mystery, back through all time. Mystery rising from rocks in the storm and the sea. Out of the stars, rising from rocks and the sea, kindled by sunlight on earth, arose life. Ponder this thing in your heart. Ponder with awe. Out of the sea to the land, out of the shallows came ferns. Out of the sea to the land, up from darkness to light. Rising to walk and to fly, out of the sea trembled life. Ponder this thing in your heart. Life up from the sea. Eyes to behold, throats to sing, mates to love. Life from the sea, warmed by sun, washed by rain. Life from within, giving birth, rose to love. This is the wonder of time. This is the marvel of space. Out of the stars swung the earth. Life upon earth rose to love. This is the marvel of life, rising to see and to know. Out of your heart cry wonder. Sing that we live. Robert T. Weston.
We are about to bid farewell to those who've been joining us online. We invite everyone to share their thoughts about today's service, what we're doing that works, what you'd like to see differently. You can send comments to us via email at sunday-services@uucbg.org. For those who are here in person, there's a blue box in the lobby and little pieces of paper. You can write down ideas and comments. And there's an online form, and there's a link to that on our YouTube channel, which you can use to send us some comments. We hope you find today's service meaningful, and we invite you to join us next Sunday when our speaker will be Willie Houston, and he will be speaking to us on three-tier theology, which I'm excited to learn what he means by that, because I don't know. We hope to see you next Sunday then. Until then, be well and go in peace.